Hello, and welcome to another episode of Elizabeth Burnt, This and That. Tonight, a review of the original 1973 movie, The Wicker Man.
Welcome back. This one ties into May Day in Druidic Celtic lore. We have a hapless Christian police officer who is lured into Summer Isle in Scotland, far, far away from any help. As someone who has seen very many horror films in her time, this one stands out. It's a commentary of the sacred and profane of religion and paganism. It's also creepy in a more insidious way, less in your face as modern horror stories go. It's got a lot of body innuendo sprinkled within, and it's kind of a musical in a way. But I wanted to add a little something about the procession in and of itself because I have a friend who's a Morris dancer, and he's from Australia. And the procession, which you'll see later in the film, more near the end, you see somebody carrying a stick that has bells on it. And in the procession, you'll have a man and a woman, not necessarily married or related, a knight or a champion, a clergyman, Anglican, because it's English, hobby horse, or sometimes a hobby dragon, a healer to revive the knight when he's bested by the dragon, and he administers an elixir, which will usually be a can or bottle of cider. Song will be sung, a jig will be danced, a hat will be passed around for donations. If you wear Morris's hat, it is a sign of fertility. You are wanting to absorb some of the fertility the Morris man represents. The bells ward off evil spirits. The dancing tells a story about the crops, harvest, love, and fertility. And yes, the sticks are a symbol of fertility, as well as the clashing sounds to ward off evil spirits. And if you want to envision two Morris men clashing their sticks together in some dances, rubbing them along the other shaft of wood, as representing something a little bit more than flesh and blood, then no one will object to your interpretations. The Morris women wear garlands on their head to signify fertility and purity. This is his writing. He's funny. While the length of the ribbons on the hat of the garland signify availability. Medieval hanky code, basically. Dancing is pagan in origin, so the pagan thing can be seen in various aspects of their culture. So I also thought it was interesting that we're introduced to the Green Man. And I looked quite a bit into the Green Man as a symbol. And it's basically nature, an embodiment of nature. And John Barleycorn, which is an anthropomorphization of spirits. Or in this case, beer. But a lot of those references will be lost on the American audience because we're not really familiar with that unless you come from a culture like I'm a European mutt, and a lot of that bled into Swedish culture with Midsummer. And I thought, oh yeah, some of this does look familiar, quite familiar actually. And now I know why. But yeah, it's definitely different. A lot different than what I expected it to be, and it's more psychological horror, and I actually quite enjoyed it. What did you think about it? I thought it was an outstanding film, 4.5 out of 5.
I thought it was interesting. I'll wait and give you my opinion on this one versus the 2006 remake with Nicolas Cage. But I enjoyed it. It was kind of an interesting look back historically, because
you could see all the cultural differences and
a page that you follow on YouTube.
Yeah, Grimlight Collective. I absolutely adore them.
I saw their review of the original film locations.
Yes,
I went over to Europe and did video of the different filming locations that I thought was quite interesting, and that piqued my interest in actually
watching it,
seeing the movie. So at that point, I was all set to.
Because I knew, but I only seen the remake. I did not know that there was an original. At all.
Coming up in her next review, it's going to be Nicolas Cage, who I love Nicolas Cage.
I love Nicolas Cage.
But this is kind of a sad movie. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
But He doesn't fare real well.
No, he does not.
But we'll review that next time.
Yes, absolutely.
The remake of the
Wicker Man.
So, and then we've got some different things we'll have coming up as far as future webcasts. We're still going to do ours on radioactive items, but I've got a company, Radio Code, sending me their latest and greatest 103G model of their. It's a radiation detector. It's actually a spectrometer for measuring what type of radioactive isotopes you've got. Anyway, before delving off into the nerdy stuff, that's something we've got coming up. We're going to probably use the little microscope with that. This is a medallion, I think an old Boy Scout medallion that I found in the front yard years ago, and it predates my home. So this is from way back when. And so anyway, we're going to be having a webcast kind of focused on radioactive items, and that'll be coming up fairly soon, I hope. Just
and I'd like to show off my animation skills as well, because I recently started using Rough Animator, and I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun.
Really nice Samsung Android tablet, big screen tablet. And we've preloaded some software on there. What were the 3 software items we tried?
Well, I tried Krita, but it was just not intuitive at all. And then I got Flip-A-Clip, which was slightly better, but it's just mostly stick animations. And with Rough Animator, I can actually move different parts. If I'm working on a character, I can actually move their hands if I want to change position, or if I want to move their head a little bit, then I could do that, and my movement will be more fluid because I can do in-betweening, but I got to learn a little bit more if I could do backgrounds, but that'll take a little bit more time for me to actually ascertain, but I think I'm going to get it. I think I'm well on my way. Okay,
that'll be coming up on a future episode of Elizabeth Burnt, This and That. Trying to get more webcasts in the can here. We'll see you next time.
See you later.